Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. I'm going to welcome you to my channel. I want to welcome all my subscribers. Y'all push my subscription for me because, like I said, I like to make that 3,000. I'm at 5,000. I'm at 2,500 and something. Okay. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, share, and like. I want to welcome also my commenters, because today is today is comments. I want to welcome all my scallywags, my triggers, my peaches, my haters, and I want to welcome each and every one of you to my channel. And I hope I hope I can put something on your mind. I was when I get up in the morning, I turn on YouTube, of course, and because of algorithm, certain YouTube blogs pop up. Is it blog or blog? I keep seeing it spelled B-L-O-G-G. Is that a blog? Blogging? I know. Blogging? I can't figure it out. But anyway, and I caught this one. I'm not going to say who it is, but I caught this one, and just because I thought it was actually somebody else, but then as I listened to it, I found it was somebody else, and I'm very tempted to want to comment on it, but I'm going to take the advice of one of my commenters, and that's why how important you are to me, to tell me, who suggests to me, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? They said you're a lot more interesting than commenting on someone else's blog, so just be yourself, brother, and do your thing. So with that, he know who he is. I want to say thank you, and I appreciate it. Maybe I'll read your comment. I'm a little behind in my comments, for no other reason than I'm behind in my comments. But, I try to do this little segment in here, so this way I can acknowledge some of my commenters. Now, this first comment I'm going to read, it's going to be from the video, Welcome to My Home. And also, I'm going to here it is, right here. Listen, and now this one will make you laugh and cry. So it's from that video, and I'm gonna start at the bottom. And this is from ALLANC 7263, and he says, Oregon, there's nothing for a black man in Oregon. Because I told the story that LA had proved too much for me, and I had moved to Oregon, where the mother of my kids was from. And surprisingly enough, Oregon, I was there when the epidemic hit, freebasing cocaine, rock, or whatever you want to call it. And it was crazy. I mean, it was. They had lines coming out the house, down the walkway, down the street, and they were standing on line like they waiting for food stamps. next, like this. And I was there when the first white blood from the gangs, Bloods and Crips, had become a Crip or blood. So not that it mattered much, but. So that was back in those days, but so Oregon, and just a little tidbit for you. Do you remember the show Cops? Cops, Bad Boys. Well, Cops was initiated in Oregon, and I was in one of the first episodes of Cops coming out of our moving too fast house. so there are a few other things I want to say about it, but let's talk. I don't want to focus on that energy, but brother, there's a lot to do in Oregon if you don't know. But it's a beautiful country. Oregon has one of the most beautiful bridges. They have these bridges that you cross over bridges, but it's like it's like. You think you're leaving from island to island, but it's not. It's very beautiful, very beautiful. So anyway, there's a lot I can tell you. I don't want all these images coming up about Oregon, or maybe one day I give you my Oregon Trail and it kind of lets you know what it is. But anyway, there is a lot there. They have a nice salmon run. where salmons, you can go in the water and pick up salmon like about this big out of it because they're spawning. And with my daughter, it was the first time she caught her first fish. So I have a lot of good memory in Oregon, as well as a lot of shady, scrupulous, stories in Oregon. But one thing I want to throw in here about Father's Day, that I spoke on Father's Day a couple of days ago, and when I was in Oregon, and I had left Oregon, and I had moved back east. There was a man. There was a man who started dating Diana, the mother of my kids. I'm gonna see if I can find his picture. I'm gonna put his picture right here. His name is Thomas. And Thomas stepped in and became like a stepfather to my children. He was the man, the male influence in the household. At this time, Diana had opened up a daycare center, because one thing that's why I said God could never chose a better woman to raise my kids, because Diana had chose to close the daycare center, to open up a daycare center so she'd be at my children through the ages till they both were in school. Because she didn't want to put them in someone else's daycare, she wanted to be with her, which was beautiful. So anyway, he ended up dating one of her employees, having sex with one of her employees, and they separated. But Thomas always stayed in my children's life as a stepfather. And I always appreciated him. Oh my God, my oldest daughter, Gianna, could not believe it. She said, you hate him. I said, no, Gianna, no. I said, I love that man because he gave you a father image, in the household. Although he got married and he had 3 daughters of his own, they all became, their sisters, and so I always appreciated Thomas for doing that for my children, giving them that male strength in the household. So anyway, in fact, it was him who called me one night when I was in New York, and he says, Gerard, he says, nobody's telling you this, but your youngest daughter is on drugs. I said, what? And man, I hopped a red eye. I flew to Oregon. Now, mind you, I'm an interstate fugitive. I'm not supposed to be nowhere near Oregon. But I flew in a cloak of darkness. I found my daughter, and her and I, she looked a mess. And so I said, what's going on? And so she said, like this, and she gave me the story, of how she started. It was at one of those daycare centers. One of those summer camps I was paying for them to go to. One of the counselors turned around on cocaine. So anyway, so she had this ring. She had this ring on her finger, and she was twirling it, and it was big on her finger. So I said, whose ring is that? She said, it's my pimp. I said, where? He's in jail. I said, your pimp in jail? I said, give me the ring. And she took the ring off and she dropped it in my hand. And I said, as long as you live, whenever I ask something from you, I want you to drop it like it's hot, like you just dropped that ring in my finger. And I vowed to always have this ring. And that's where this ring comes from. So this is, when you see this ring is from my daughter. And so far, by the grace of God, I've been able to hang on to it. But anyway, getting back to my comments, I'm sorry I kind of went up the path there. But anyway, thanks for asking that question about Oregon. You should visit it sometime. There's a lot of bad things. Look, it's like anywhere else. There's a lot of bad pockets everywhere you go. Oregon has been known for, some crazy stuff. But anyway, one of my kids' cousin, which is Diane is my mother and my kid's sister, one of her daughters, had a head. I don't want to get into that. It's very, very gruesome. But anyway, thanks for that comment. This next comment is from Dirt Duck Sort. DEREKDUCKSWART. And this was 3 days ago. He says, Gerard, do you still smoke? I think he's referring to moving too fast. My brother, I'm not, no, I don't. No, I don't smoke here in the Philippines. I wouldn't dream of it. I've been offering. I was very impressed that I was here for maybe about almost 2 years for someone offered me drugs. And when they did, I said, the third day, and I got to laugh about it. They got to laugh about it, but they knew that I was trying to tell them, look, man, I don't flock around, so they don't even approach me with that kind of stuff. And I've been approached about it, on several occasions since then. Ever since the changing of the guards happened with the president here, where we have President Boom Boom Marcos as opposed to President Duterte, Boom Boom Marcos had made a commitment to carry on Duterte's drug policy, or to be just as hard on drugs here in the Philippines as Duterte was. I don't see it. Me personally, I see it kind of slowly becoming unmasked again. I've been approached more than usual. I see, pharmacists on the corner in certain areas of Dumaguete, and when someone says, yo, man, I think they know me, so I might stop and say, yo, brother, what's up, pal? Like this, out of love. And he said, they said, well, look, he said, what you, I got everything. I said, no. It's not that kind of party. I say that to say this, that it seems to be a lot more open now than it was before. So, but the answer is no. Every now and then I get an urge, to think about having a 90s weekend, just like Shirley MacLaine and Carrie Fisher used to do. They used to have a 60s weekend. Those two superstar actresses used to go somewhere in a cabin and lock themselves in and have a 60s weekend, which means that they did everything under the sun that they used to do in the 60s. But to answer your question, my brother, no, I don't smoke. Okay? This next comment is from retired SH1H2. This is one day ago. He says, it's crazy how the poorest people around the world have the most dogs that they don't have to feed, and the dogs serve no purpose that will not stop anybody from breaking in your house and stealing all your shit. Now, I come from the South, where I was raised in the South, and we always had dogs. Dogs were used for hunting. Dogs that mostly are an alarm system. It's a poor man's alarm system, so, people here are poor, and as far as feeding them nutritious dog food or something of that nature, it's very rare. Most of the time they eat rice. Most of these dogs imagine, you are carnivorous and then all you eating is rice. So it's kind of, speaking of which, I went and I saw Stagecoach, one of the dogs, I sold, and he's in a cage, and a tear almost came out of my eyes, and I came back and told Mia, I said, Mia, I saw Stagecoach. They were like, get me out of here, I didn't do it. And so I told Mia, I want to buy him back, I want to bring him home. And Mia said, no, Gerard, no, he'll be fine. The person who's taking care of him, I'm sure she feeds him very well. She has a variety of dogs, so her taking care of another one, I'm sure she's very able to. But I told her that it broke my heart. This was other puppy that someone bought for me, and kept in San Jose, kept underneath the table there, and had him blocked in at night. I thought he was taking the dog home, but no, he was leaving the puppy in like a meat market, and with the other stray dogs. And when I first saw it, he was kind of happy, but I saw him again, and he was like slowed down, very thin, and like this, and I said, man, no, I'm taking that dog back. This dog, it was not brought into this world to be a street dog, so I bought the dog back from the guy. I gave him almost double what I paid him for it, and he wasn't there, so I just went back and like kidnapped the dog, and the dog is here now, because I just could not see, that dog living the life you know, like some of these ascots in the street. Like, this is your shepherd. That's gonna be a big dog. It's not gonna live very long. Someone's gonna kill it, you know, when it runs out barking at somebody. But anyway, so yeah, it is interesting how some of the people in the most poorest countries, you know, have the most amount of dogs, you know. But you know, you know, it's what it is, you know. Dogs here are very, you have to be very cautious when driving because they may spring out of the side of the road at any time. I passed one the other day and he was taking a shit right in the middle of the road. It's like, damn, dog, move out the way, you know. And some of them lay on the road and have no fear of cars, you know. But every now and then you see one that has met its maker being flattened out like a pancake, you know. But yeah, foreigners tend to. But one thing I learned about Filipinos is that Filipinos don't put a lot of pride and you know, a lot of you know, money into their cars like they do in America. You know, they don't put, you know, on tens or rims, or look at them, they're spinning. The car's stopping, the rims are still spinning. You know, they don't put a lot of money in cars, you know, or they don't go for, you know, cars are not that much important for them other than just transportation, you know, and style, I guess you might say. But what they do put more emphasis on are dogs. You know, so, you know, if you got a good bred dog, you know, you tend to be more of a, you know, separate yourself from the average cat because, you know, dogs are more of a status symbol here in the Philippines than cars are. You know, so you often find a lot of breeders, you know, who have, you know, who breed dogs. That's why I became a breeder here in the Philippines. Because, you know, I'm looking for a way to make money, you know, some type of way, and which, by the way, Helen is in heat again. Oh, happy day. You know what happened? The breeder came by and said, oh, you missed it. They said, because she's already had it. Says, oh, like this. And about 2 days later, Helen spotted. She started bleeding. And so, oh, she's pregnant. Great. So I really want to go aggressively for her to have puppies, because Helen was really my big investment here for Husky, because her papers are outstanding. So I wanted her to have puppies. So this time I hope she'll have them. I want her to be a mother, man. Come on. I mean, she gonna make one angry bitch, but I want her to be a mother. I want her to experience motherhood, you know. So hopefully this time around, he comes today to check it. Then we start counting 10 days. 10 days. I'm saying block that 10 days. Let's breed her every other day for the next 2 weeks, and hopefully we hit it, you know, like that type of thing. And her mate is a white husky who was big white husky. I paid 10,000 pesos to breed, and he guaranteed, you know, because my concern is that suppose I pay you 10,000 and she don't get pregnant, so he guaranteed it, so Helen didn't get pregnant. So what he's going to do is that he's going to give me another breeding session, you know, which is cool, you know, and you know, I would hit him off. I know it's about money, you know, pesos, but I would hit him off. But he guaranteed it. If he didn't guarantee, you know, he's sticking, being a man in his word and doing that. So anyway, so I'm hoping that Helen will be pregnant. But anyway, dogs, like I said, are like a status symbol here. And I was looking for something to invest in here in the Philippines. You know, some people had told me, you know, try a sorry store, you know, one of these type of things, or one of these outdoor. And I have invested in other people's sorry stores. I have invested in other people's outdoor kitchens, and you know, and only to find that they didn't last long, or never getting any type of return on it. But it's because, you know, it was something that I could do to support someone, you know, in their endeavors of wanting to make their life better. So anyway, so pigs were definitely out of the question. You know, I got approached to want to sell pigs. You know, buy a piglet. You feed it for 6 months and you sell it. You know, you fatten it up and you sell it. And you make money. You know, those type of things. But my God, you know, I can't see. You know, I had enough of pigs in North Carolina, but and here, you know, And it's big business here because they have a lot of festivals and the what do they call that meat? They call that meat uh, it's escaped my mind. But whenever they have festivals, they always have this the pig, and it's very festive. So pigs were never an option for me. But what I told Mia here is that we might start breeding our own fish. You know, where I played tennis in Avalon, you know, they had a fish pond. And in one of my videos, I showed you where they were getting all these big milkfish out of this pond that they just had, you know, in the park. It was just, you know, had a little walkway over the water. The fish, he said, they put them in there when they're young, in about 6 months, and then you got these big fish. So I told Mia, I said, that might be something for us to do. Let's breed our own fish. Breed our own fish for our own consumption, or for their consumption. I'm not a big fish eater. I should be. But that might be something eventually that we might look into. But dogs seem to be the best way to go as far as me having an investment. Okay, so I think I spoke enough on dogs. Who is this? This is Nick Cal 304. He says, Gerard, all the above. So I guess he's current. Oh yeah. Someone says Bob Wello, Bob BOBWELO. He says nice house, so thank you for both of those comments. And then we have HT International 24. Glad all is good, bro. Glad the move went smooth. Well, yes, it did. Thank you very much, my brother. It did go smooth. And then we have Nate. Nate's Quest. Nate Quest, what's up, my brother? I can't see it very good on the cell phone, but I was able to put it together. Nate Quest, how you doing, man? I haven't heard from you in a while. Not that I haven't heard from you in a while. I haven't read one in a while. But anyway, Nate's Quest says, man, great talk. Love the new place. Can't wait for the total tour. I'm giving it to you piece by piece, Nate. Just hang in there. I still got the down, so you're going to be surprised what I have in this house. You don't wait. But I want to wait till I use it so you really see it. This is all okay. Okay, ALLANC7263. 3 days ago, he said, y'all moving on up like the Georgian Wheezy. Like Georgian Wheezy did. Congrats, player. If you don't know who Georgian Wheezy is, it's from, first of all, my dear friend. If you ever read when I post, you see about Bonnie Hilton Sweeney and Janae Dubois. You know, I always mention their names. Janae Dubois is the Bonnie Hilton Sweeney who started the pre-Grammy party in Los Angeles, and Janae Dubois was part of that team that made that happen, and she wrote the song "Moving On Up" on Good Times, and so if you ever watch it, it says "Moving On Up to the East Side." To a deluxe apartment in the sky. Oh, moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. I guess he's saying that because you're moving on up from the little small house I had in Avalon to a big 5-room house here in Dumaguete. So yes, thanks for that shout out. This is from B Gerard 9456. BG ARRARD 9456. He says, nice to see you and Calvin. Nice to see you and Calvin live together. Okay, well, I don't know all about that, but I think that would be just too much. But yeah, Calvin, we did the Father's Day thing. I hope you got a chance to see it. You know, we had a good time. And so, okay, so I think I kind of been your ear enough and kind of told you a little bit more. Right now it's raining. You know, I wanted you to just imagine me in the tropics. Just laying back. Listen to the rainfall. There's no better place I can be. You know, I'm very blessed and very grateful to have come this far. And I'm glad I have someone to talk to and share my life with and my experience with, and that's you. Okay, so with that being said, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, share and like. Don't forget to tell a friend. And remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly or pull someone up. And sometimes, you're the only one to see your vision. Truly. And the best revenge of life is to live good. I'm living good today, baby. Truly, truly am. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, formerly singer of the Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make her feel like a king. And also, never say no. Ta-ta. Okay, so, I love you like I love some baby. I'll talk to you later. Mad love. May you live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I'll never know that nice people like you have gone away. That's from Frankie Crocker, WBLS FM in New York. Peace.